Hey, it's JJ here, owner of Scotland's original beard care brand, Braw Beard. Born in Scotland and enjoyed worldwide, Braw Beard produce high quality beard care products and a range of clothing. As the brand grows, so does our community, the Brawtherhood. With this show, I want to give you a further insight into the brand and the people involved. We'll be sharing stories, lessons learned, beard care tips, and interviews with our athletes and ambassadors. And generally just shooting the shit and seeing where the conversation takes us. You're listening to our brand new podcast, or should I say, the Braw Cast. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the show. Cool, welcome to episode 2 of the Braw Cast. We're back for the second episode, back in the lab. Yep. And the first episode we were just kind of telling you guys about how Braw Beard started, really, how it came about. It came about by accident, and then making the first bottle of beard oil. And that's kind of the stage we got to explaining that, set the website up and stuff. Yeah. So this episode, we're kind of going to talk about the next stages, the next steps. I'm going to be transparent here. We do have a list of stuff that we're kind of glancing at because there's a lot of shit happened in the last few years. So
honestly, it's been quite cool actually going back through even like the last episode. Yeah. Because it never feels like it, but it was so long ago that like when we were talking about it, you think, oh my God, like I forgot that we used to do that or that used to happen.
Totally.
There's been so much that's actually happened in the meantime.
Just talking about it brings back memories, It's like stuff that we did forget about.
Yeah.
Which is so cool. But, so we were selling on the website, right? We got a bit of traction. People were buying this new product because it was new at the time. Like beard oil wasn't really a thing. No. It wasn't popular.
It was not that we went in for the hard sell, but even trying to like convince people of their properties, it was hard work. It was hard work.
It was really hard work. And we found that out at the first event we ever done, which again is crazy thinking about it. We decided to... So we were selling a wee bit on the website. We decided we're going to go and do a show. We're going to go and attend a show with the brand. And I got in touch with a company. It was a show we wanted to go to, right?
Yeah.
But it was pretty far away. And I thought, if we're going to go, we're as well taking the brand and see if we can, make the petrol money back.
Yeah.
But so the show was Custom Culture in Spalding in Lincolnshire, which was a 7-hour drive one way.
Yeah.
So 14-hour drive round trip. Not ideal for your first show.
No, like we could have chosen to do a local event. Not that there was really many that we'd seen that, or any for that matter that we'd seen that we thought would be appropriate.
No.
Rather than like dipping our toe in the market locally and not spend an absolute fortune travelling at like time and money going all the way down there, we thought 7 hours. Yeah, that seems legit. Let's go for it.
So yeah, that's what we've done. We booked accommodation, jumped in the van, and drove 7 hours till we got to Spalding. And it was Custom Culture it was called, and it's like custom cars, and it was like old 50s American muscle cars, and Cadillacs, hot rods, old bikes. Yeah. There's a lot of custom art in that as well, wasn't there? Like people airbrushing.
Yeah, I mean it's immersive. It's the fashion. It's the music. It is everything to do with sort of hot rods.
A rockabilly lifestyle, wasn't it? Yeah. So we wanted to attend that show, as we said. We wanted to go anyway. So we thought we'll take the brand. And so that was an eye-opener for us because, the first thing, we got in, we set up, I think, on the Friday. And I went back to the hotel, came through on the Saturday morning, ready for the show. Mm-hmm. And I remember we just kind of set the table up. We were ready to go. And these two guys came gnashing up to the table.
I remember these two. Yeah. So they just came over, like, saw the brand and went, yep, here we are.
I know. So they're like, found you. So, like, found us? What's that about? So it turns out, when we had been driving down on the Friday, we drove right past these two guys who were bikers, and they were from Ayrshire in Scotland. So they had made the trip as well. And they seen the word Braw on the side of the van. So that was their mission. On Saturday was come find us Braw beard oils. So, they came over. They bought some stuff, right?
Yeah.
And one of the guys is still a customer.
Top bloke.
They were
so lovely.
They were real nice guys, eh?
Yeah.
So they bought some products, but the rest of the show was pretty quiet.
Yeah.
We sold some products, but we got a lot of people saying, like, what is, like, we were having to justify ourselves to them, and they were saying, some guys were saying, "Oh, I'd never put that shit in my beard. It's not manly. It's for pussies and stuff like that." It's just like, really?
Yeah, whatever.
But once they tried the product, that changed their minds. And then there was a few guys as well that refused. Like, they were just total, like, just old schooly. They weren't wanting to use it. But then once their wives got hold of it, they smelt it, made them wear it, and some of them are still customers now.
Yeah, I remember there was like this guy he looked like a hard as nails biker.
Yeah.
Like at one point I thought he's just going to slam us through this table, and he picked something up and he sniffed, and I thought I'm getting glassed. Like, he's going to glass me with this bottle. He was like, "I'll take that." All right, fine.
Fair enough, dude.
Excellent. And he came back the next year, actually. I remember him.
He did, aye. Because that show, we lost money on that one, eh?
Yeah.
Like, obviously the time we took in petrol money and the accommodation and the lack of sales as well.
Yeah.
We went home a wee bit dejected, but not too bad, eh? Like, we made contacts, and the whole idea was just get the brand out there, get the logo in people's faces.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what happened. And you're right, we went back the next year, and there was we made a lot more sales because people came up saying, "Oh, we recognise you from last year." So it kind of established us a little bit.
Yeah. Well, things like the first year, it was a learning curve as well, because even now we still don't go in for the hard sell. We'd rather people smelt it, tried it. If they like it, then great, and we'll talk to them about the properties or something else that we can recommend for them.
Yeah.
But if they're not that interested, we're not going to get in their face, because it's just not our style.
No, it's not.
But we did learn a lot about setup, about branding, about just actually talking to the customers. I think maybe a little bit too standoffish, a little bit sparse. Like, you see the photos from it, and it did look a little bit, arts and crafty rather than legit business.
It did. It looked a bit arts and crafty because, like, the picture, it's just, I think it's not pasting table or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Was it a table cover?
No, I think
it was a banner on the front, wasn't there?
Yeah, and then behind us it was like almost like see-through, like black sheets from Tesco.
Oh, that's right, it was bed sheets, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
Ghetto.
so that was our setup. So the brand looks nice and swish and proper now, but back then it certainly was not. We were just, as we said in the episode 1, we were making it up as we went along.
Yeah. So the other sort of learning point from that event was, being Scottish, braw is just a word that you use. It's an everyday lexicon. It's there, as is skiffing, as we said in episode 1. Scraping, I think we described it. I remember the MC at the event, he was like going around the booths and giving people a little shout out. Then he got to us, and obviously we've got sort of like scroll text, but he was looking at it like, brew, brow, what is that? I'm like, it's braw. Thinking, oh, he just can't read it. Then he still looked at me like I wasn't from this planet. And you're like, oh, because we just take it as an everyday word. I'm like, oh yeah, you have no idea what that is.
No.
It's the same as skiffing. So, I mean, I don't think we've necessarily changed what we called the business.
No.
But it's just one of those things like, oh yeah, we actually need to explain this now.
That's right. It became apparent that we had to actually explain to some people what braw meant. We just took it for granted. But not everyone knows.
No.
Even in parts of Scotland they don't use the word braw. Yeah,
which I never appreciated. You just, because it is an everyday word here, you do just think that it is known.
Yeah, I know.
It's not.
So we should have said, like, the word braw, for anyone who doesn't know, it just means, in Scottish, it means good, fine, attractive,
awesome.
Anything positive means, braw means anything positive, really. So
taste braw, that's a braw day outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Braw beard oils.
You look braw.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's it. So that's kind of what braw means.
Yeah.
And so that was another thing we learned at Custom Culture. But and then we went on to get our first stockist. How that came about, we were in Edinburgh for a meal or drinks or something, and I decided to take some samples. So we went in a few shops and one of the shops, I think it was the very first shop we went into actually, was Studio 13 on Jeffrey Street. And I went in there and the staff were so cool.
Yeah.
They were asking about the product because, again, they had never heard of beard oil. This was 2013.
I think so, yeah.
So we took it in and they were all over it. They were like, this is cool, it's so cool. I think some of the artists in there at the time had beards, they started using it, and we left them to it. And then went and handed it in some other shops and that. And
a long day.
It was a long day.
Samples, flyering.
I know, but again, we didn't know how to do it. We just put the legwork. I just winged it, put the legwork in, and done it.
I remember going up to like random people in the street. Like, if someone did that to me, I'd be really annoyed. But at the time, we thought we just need to get this idea out there.
Yeah, totally. Right? Just
it worked.
Roll with it. And then Studio 13 were cool. They got back to us and said, look, we want to stock this in the shop. Can you make it happen? So obviously I looked into how to do that, get some point of sale stuff and that. And yeah, they now stock it. They still stock it to this day.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's brilliant, the support they've shown us.
Yeah.
Studio 13. So
they're just such an awesome bunch of artists and piercers and just get folk in general.
Yeah. And from there's been a lot of other shops getting involved, tattoo shops and independent stores, barber shops. It's been awesome.
Yeah, nationwide as well. Well, and further afield.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so it's just put the legwork in and good things happen. Eh?
Yeah. Do you remember, it must have been after we've been going for about 2 years maybe, someone that we know locally said, oh, like, how's it going? Have you actually had any sales outside of East Lothian yet? And John's like, yeah, actually I've posted to Australia, the States, Ukraine, but aye, thanks for asking.
No way.
And he's like, have you? Like, yes, it's actually legit business.
But that is the thing though, like with it being a new product and no one had really heard of it, I think people were expecting us to be selling it at like the local market or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like car boot sales.
Yeah, it's just because people thought we were taking the piss at the start.
Oh yeah, I think some people still do. To be honest,
some people still do. I know. We still got a lot of hassle online, but yeah, it is what it is. But then you're talking about that, right? So beard oil not being taken seriously. We got a message, or I got a message from the Glasgow Beard and Moustache Club. Now, being honest, I never knew there was such a thing as a Beard and Moustache Club at that time. So Davey Easton, who's become a really good friend of ours, he was the president of the Glasgow Beard and Moustache Club. And he got in touch saying, look, we've got this club, you guys produce beard oil, and he couldn't find another one in Scotland, which backs up thinking we were the only ones. So he got in touch saying, you've got this beard oil, how do you fancy making one for the club? And the way it'll work is £2 from every sale will go to our chosen charity, which was Cojones Scotland, who we still support to this day as well. We do a lot of work with Cojones. So
more good people.
Yeah, Richie's amazing. He's a good guy. Yeah. So David got in touch and he says, right, let's do this beard oil. So we went along to their meets, right?
Also awesome people.
The Glasgow Beard and Moustache Club, man. Good bunch of guys. So we went along and it is not what I expected. I don't know what I was expecting, but I
was expecting more beard chat.
Aye.
There was no beard chat.
Glasgow Beard and a Beard and Moustache Club. If you tell that to an outsider now that we're in the know, we know exactly what it is. But if we say it to an outsider that we're going to the Beard and Moustache Club meet, people think you just sit and talk about tweaking your moustache or stroking your beard. It's anything but. It's just a bunch of mates getting together, having a laugh, drinking, whatever.
It's just an excuse to go for a drink.
Just socialising, eh?
Yeah.
That's all it is, but it's just loads of bearded guys and girls who love beards, really. It's awesome. So, so we met Davey and we produced this beard oil, and £2 from every bottle goes to Cojones. And that's still happening now. The product's still there, it's available on the website, and we still continue to support Cojones Scotland, which is very cool.
Yeah.
Such a cool charity. I don't know if I mentioned it, but Cojones Scotland are a male testicular cancer charity, if you want to check them out.
And check your balls.
Check your balls. Definitely check your balls. So that's kind of like, we had the stockist, we were involved with the GBMC, we had the website going. Yep. So the ball was rolling there. This was still in 2013, so still early days. the ball was rolling. We were making sales. We were getting traction. I'd done a couple of interviews for newspapers. They had found out about this product that no one really knew. I never really understood.
Yeah.
So I got interviewed by a couple of local newspapers. And then that's when the whole kind of Fred Durst thing happened.
Yeah. Yeah, because at the start, like when you were in a couple of articles, it was very much like local boy done good.
Yeah.
Rather than this is a thing, if that makes any sense.
Aye. It was just like, it was weird. It was just like,
Yeah.
what was the first headline was oil tame your beard.
Oh, God.
I know.
Still makes me die inside a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's good exposure.
It's good exposure. We got coverage, and that kind of got the ball rolling. So, by this point, I was on Facebook and Twitter. I don't think it was on Instagram at this point.
I don't think that was really a thing yet.
No, I don't think it was. But I was on Twitter, and so I'd put a tweet up. I think it was just a picture of the oils or something. At this stage, you had the 3 oils. We had Grafter, Lover, and Wolver, and we had the original T-shirt.
Okay.
Remember, we had the red one and the black one.
Yeah, with the skull on the front.
Yeah, that one. So we had that. I think that was our core line at the time. So. And I had a photo of some like products up on Twitter, and the tweet got liked by Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit. And I thought that's like a fan account.
Yeah.
It's got to be a fan account. So checked it out. Had the blue tick next to it, and it was Fred. So I think I was already following him anyway, and he followed me back and sent a message to each other. I basically just saying thanks for the like on the tweet. And he replied saying, no, I think your stuff's really cool. Great branding, stuff like that. And I says, well, look, I'll send you some products over if you want. So that's what I done. I must have sent one of each oil, I think.
I think so, yeah.
And just because it's Fred, I sent the red T-shirt, which just me being stupid and naive. I thought I'd send him a red T-shirt because he would go with his red hat that he wears all the time.
Play open, it was like, yeah, great, see what you did there.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, I done that, sent it over, and 2 or 3 weeks later, the tweet came out with him standing with the oil and wearing the T-shirt in the studio.
That was mad.
It was amazing. So yeah, that kind of the fact that he done that, this rock star shared the tweet with him with the product. It just kind of established it a bit more. People took us more serious after that because this rock star that like a lot of people know the hits like Rollin', Take a Look Around, those kind of songs. So they knew who he was. So it kind of established the brand a bit more. So from there, we became friends, and that was at the end of 2013. Over the winter, that's when my mum fell ill.
Yeah.
And the 8th of February, she passed away.
Yeah.
Which was brutal. I still remember getting the phone call and finding out she had passed away.
Fuck, that was horrific.
It was brutal. I know. And then, so our funeral was on the 15th, which was the Saturday. And the Limp Bizkit gig in Glasgow was happening on the Sunday, the day after. So we had arranged, Fred had got in touch and says, look, we're coming to play Glasgow on the 16th of February. I want to invite you and Elaine along at the gig. Come and hang out with us, basically.
Yeah.
Come backstage and whatever. So this had been arranged prior, at Christmas time, I think.
Yeah.
So he had told me this was happening. So it was in the diary. Then my mum passed away on the 8th of February. And then the 15th was her funeral. So like that was mad. It was going from like the lowest point in my life so far to one of the highest, and within 24 hours.
Yeah.
I remember sitting down with my dad before the funeral and saying, look, I need to like phone Fred and say, I need to cancel this and tell him the circumstances. But my dad, he just says, look, the situation sucks. It's obviously brutal, but you need to go and do this. You never know when you're going to get this opportunity again.
Exactly. So
the fact we've made friends and he's invited us along to the gig in like an hour away from our house. He says you need to go. You just need to suck it up and go and just put a brave face on. So that's what we've done.
Hold your shit together for 4 hours and you'll be fine.
Pretty much. So that was done the funeral on the Saturday. Then we had to be in Glasgow for 2:00 on the Sunday.
Yep.
And so sent Fred a text and we're outside. His manager came out, let us in backstage, met Fred for the first time, which was amazing.
Surreal.
Such a cool dude, eh?
Yeah.
He was awesome. We remember we walked in and he was just sitting playing on a keyboard, like making tunes. And we just hung out with him backstage.
I actually remember at one point he went into like the little fridge in his dressing room. He's like, "Oh, do you want a bottle of water?" I'm like, "Yeah, actually, that'd be quite nice." Then he handed me this bottle. I'm like, "Oh my god, Fred Durst just handed me a bottle of water." Oh my god!
That's the
He
thing.
just poured me a cup of coffee.
It's mad though, because we, like in our teens when we were hanging out, we were Limp Bizkit fans, eh? Like we were listening to Limp Bizkit. I'd never seen them live. I never had the opportunity to go and see them live, but we were fans. So the fact that we were now hanging out with Fred, it was just surreal. And then he wore the hoodie. I gave him a hoodie and a t-shirt. Yeah. He wore the hoodie on stage for soundcheck. Yeah. And that was funny because after we had soundcheck, I can't remember what we'd done. We were hanging about.
Yeah, we were just parting about.
Yeah, and Wes walked past, and we totally fanboyed off. You fangirl. He's like, you went up and got a photo with him. Yeah. It's like, this is mad. We're actually just hanging out with the band, but still acting like fans. Yeah. Which is cool.
It's quite funny as well because even though you are sort of like fangirling or whatever, I mean, like, they're just waiting to do their job.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like they're not strutting about, they are just waiting to get on with it, essentially.
Yeah. They're just waiting to do their job, just waiting to go on stage. And then the gig came. Fred wore the t-shirt on stage.
Did not expect that.
Did not expect that, I know. We were just sitting waiting for them to go on stage, and he's like, "It's going to be a Braw night tonight." I said, "Huh?"
What?
And then he put the t-shirt on. I was like, "Fuck off, man, you're not wearing that." And he did.
He did.
And
he may have weed a little bit with excitement.
Oh, no.
Maybe just a little bit.
You know, he typed that into Google, Limp Bizkit Glasgow. He's wearing the flat out t-shirt. Eh? Yeah. Looking awesome. So yeah, that was that. And then we kind of became friends after that and met up a few more times, gigs and stuff. Yeah. And so what happened after that? So yeah, that kind of gave the brand credibility. Yeah. People took us a lot more serious after that. We got a lot more interviews. Well, I got a lot more interviews in newspapers and features in magazines after that. And then the beer trend was kicking in at that point, or it had kicked in. So yeah, we started to get momentum after that, or more momentum, should I say. And then we got more stockists. There was a Broutique in Edinburgh. Yeah. East Coast Barbers in Sunderland. Yeah. We'll go back to them in a minute. I'm trying to think of what else. There was a few other shops. Mohair Barbers in Glasgow. That's what I'm thinking of. Mohair Barbers are cool. But we'll go back to East Coast. The Graham and the guys down at East Coast in Sunderland. An awesome bunch of guys, eh? Yeah. Such good fun. And they invited us down to their... it was a birthday, wasn't it? I can't remember what birthday it was.
I think it was their 2nd anniversary of opening.
Was it?
I think so, yeah.
It would be if it was 2014. I think they started in 2012. Yeah. If you're watching this, Graham, and I've got it wrong, I do apologise, mate. But so they invited us down to the...
Shout out to East Coast, though.
Shout out to East Coast, yeah. So they invited us down to their party. And they had a hot dog eating competition. And oh, man, there's so much beer consumed that night, yeah. Yeah. And I remember... I think we were outside out the back, and we just heard like whop, 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 whop. I was like, what the fuck? Looked in the shop, and Graham's got the bike inside doing a burnout. Yeah. He's got
destroying the floor.
Because he was a stunt rider, wasn't he? He was a motorcycle stunt rider. And they had a bike at the shop, and he decided it'd be a good idea to do a burnout in the shop. Yep. And smoked the place out. Yep. There was bits of rubber from the tyre everywhere. There was like a bald patch through the laminate flooring. That's right. His wife just shaking her head. Just a standard Saturday night. Day in East Coast, I think. Yeah. It was good fun. We met up with him a few times. He'd been up here partying and stuff. So yeah. I am genuinely surprised that I remember that night because a lot of beer was consumed, but John had taken part in the hot dog eating contest, so he had like a pretty firm base, whereas I hadn't really had anything to eat. So the next day when we had to tip out of the hotel at 9 o'clock, I mean, I was dying. I was hugging the toilet. What should have been maybe a 3.5 hour drive took us about 5 hours because I was puking in every single lay-by on the way up the A1. I even remember at one point there was a lay-by that was closed for roadworks, and the sheer panic that set in because I just needed to puke constantly. I know. They boys know how to party.
It was a good party though.
It was. They know how to party and we don't.
I cannot do it.
No, that was cool. But what else? So at this time as well, we were getting stockists.
Mm-hmm.
We got, at the start of the year, I forgot to mention that, at the start of the year, in sort of January, we got our first Braw athlete.
Yeah,
who would become the Braw athlete. So the way the Braw athletes work is, it's people we sponsor, athletes that we sponsor as a brand. And it's people who are involved with sports that interest us, or that we've been involved in.
Yeah.
So I trained MMA for 4 years, I think.
Thereabouts.
Just trained. I never fought or anything. It was just a local club, just trained to keep fit. And I had a real interest in MMA and the UFC. So I was a fan of the Dinky Ninja Fight Team, who were in Glasgow.
Yeah.
And I was a fan of Dean Riley at the time. I'd been to see him fight a few times. And I can't remember how it came about, but I remember I was on a job working.
Oh.
I was on a job working,
Sorry.
and I got a message from Dean, basically saying, I love your brand. How do you fancy sponsoring me? So I was like, fuck it, definitely. Because he's involved in MMA.
Yeah.
He's a fighter. So
and watching any of like the wee comedy videos that he'd put out were personal highlight for us.
At the time,
well.
he's an entertaining guy, yeah. So, so I got back in touch and said, definitely, let's do it. We worked out a wee deal. And he is still involved with the brand. That was 2013. Yeah. He is the face that's on Thrilla and Vanilla beard butter. And he's got his own label, beard oil, Wolverdine. It's just Wolver, but we changed it because his nickname is Wolverdine. So we changed it to Wolverdine.
He's on the back of the marquee as well.
He is on the back of the marquee, yeah.
Huge, giant Dean face on the back of the marquee.
So he's a cool guy. So he became the first Braw athlete. And going forward in the next episodes, my plan is to get the Braw athletes on and interview them and just generally shoot the shit.
Shoot the shit.
Yeah. So Dean will be featuring at some point. But yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to Dean there. And then from there, we picked up some more athletes. The next guy was Brooke McDonald, who is a mountain biker from New Zealand. He was a junior world champion downhiller. And the reason I brought him on board is because I used to race downhill mountain bikes. And then obviously before the crash. And so I was a fan of Brooke as well. He's an athlete, yeah.
Yeah.
He's solid, like built. His nickname is a bulldog because he is built solid. He's built like a bulldog, and he's an extreme athlete. He's like at the peak.
Yeah. Any items of landscape that he hits, like rocks or trees or anything, I feel sorry for them.
I know.
Less so for him because he is such a unit.
I know. He's not like the tallest guy or that, but he's just solid.
Solid.
I know. Well, I reckon if he hit that rock that I hit, the rock would have moved.
Yeah, just split straight down the middle.
I want you go, Brooke. But so yeah, the plan is to get Brooke on the podcast as well when we're up at Fort William for the Mountain Biking World Cup. It'd be good to get him on. We've done a few Q&As with him in the past, but to get him on the podcast would be so cool. So that is a plan as well. So we picked up athletes in MMA, mountain biking, road racing, the motorcycle road racing.
Yep. Ice hockey.
Yeah, so all sports that we like and are involved with.
Yeah, because that's what we always wanted it. Like, with this brand, we always aim to be completely true to ourselves, as cheesy as that sounds, and totally genuine. So we're not going to get involved with anyone that we actually don't like personally, that's in an industry or sport that we're not into, because we could probably do a lot more. Yeah. But we want to keep it genuine, because that's what the brand's always been about. Yeah.
Well, the brand's based on our lifestyle.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. We like going to Custom Culture, that first car show we done. We were in that scene. That's our thing. We wanted to go to that show anyway. Yeah. So that's why we went to that show. We could have went and done hair and beauty expos, which we've done a couple in the past now, but it was not really our bag.
No.
They're good events, but it's not our scene. Like, we feel more comfortable at tattoo shows and car shows and bike shows. Yeah. So that's what we do.
These are our people.
These are our people. And then, but just being true to ourselves, that's what attracts our customers. Yeah, people relate to us.
Yeah, because we're not having to bullshit them when we talk about
we're
anything. Like, we're actually in that scene.
That's it. It's like we know we make good products, and the testimonials that come back prove that we make good products. So we attract people that want to be part of that brand. If they don't radiate with the brand, they don't buy the products, and then that's fine.
And the things as well, like all the Braw athletes, they are all genuinely, apart from being really good at what they do, they're just all really, really lovely people to hang out with.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And chat with. That was one of the main draws of having them, that they're just more awesome people.
Well, it's giving back to the sports that we like, and then we've become friends with all the athletes and ambassadors, and they're, as you say, they're decent people. We'd hang out with them, out with the brand. Yeah. You know, so it's awesome.
Thoroughly recommend them.
Yeah, so I check the website out, brawbeard.com, and then go to the ambassador page, and then there's a list of all the athletes there that we sponsor and support, and the athletes are all world class. Yeah. So we've got Lee Johnston and Jamie Coward, who race motorbikes. They race in the Isle of Man TT international road races as well. They're at the top of their game, really. Yeah. At the top level of road racing, anyway. Yeah.
Just again, a massive set. Like if you can imagine going along your local road at 180 miles an hour, just skiffing past lampposts and curbs. That's what they do.
That's what they do, I know. It's insane. Yeah, check out Isle of Man TT races on YouTube. Yeah. It's mad. And then, Brooke, Brooke's racing at World Cup level. He's racing the World Cups. He was a world champion at juniors. Dean Riley was fighting Cage Warriors and other events. Yeah. He's retired now from MMA. He's coaching.
He's an awesome coach.
He's a head coach, and he's bringing a new breed of fighters through as well. Yeah. The younger generation coming through, and they are shit hot. Who else?
IC Dub,
I know. Jack Jester. What a guy he is, eh? Yeah. Jack Jester is a wrestler from Glasgow, who is a Braw athlete. He has his own label as well, his own label of beard oil, Big Kink. And he's an independent wrestler, wrestling up and down the country. Yeah. And he was in a TV show recently, Rogue the Wrestler. Yeah. And I love it, because Rogue the Wrestler was this TV show on BBC Scotland where they got 8 people, just your normal average Joes, who wanted to become wrestlers. So they got them in, trained them up in 4 weeks to the point they could become a wrestler.
Like actually go out in one of their shows where there's thousands of people in the audience.
Yeah. But Jack Jester was wearing, he was one of the head coaches, and he was wearing the Braw gear. Yeah. So you got it on TV. Yeah. Which is quite cool.
Thanks, Jester.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate it. But that was actually, I wasn't really that fussed about watching it, because I'm not really that fussed about wrestling. But John had it on. I was sort of like peeking in and out of the living room, and I was like, nah, we're going to have to watch this, because he was just decking himself. So yeah, it's 3 episodes of pure comedy.
It is. It's pure entertainment.
Yeah, it's genius. So definitely watch out. BBC, was it?
BBC Scotland.
BBC Scotland, Rogue to Wrestler.
I think it's on iPlayer now.
Right.
If it's not, it should be.
Yeah. Campaign for that.
I look forward to campaigning for season 2, so hopefully that happens. What else? What are we getting to? So we're working through the years, right? So that was 2013 into 2014 kind of thing, before we mentioned the athletes. And then 2014 was a brutal year, because my mum passed away at the start of the year. Yeah. And my granddad, he passed away at the end of the year. At the end of 2014, he passed away. And I wanted to kind of make something in his memory. So I made a beard oil, which became the first of the Black series. Yeah. The Grand X in 1918. And the way that came about was, his name was Alec Jackson, and his nickname was Eck.
Eck.
So I'm his grandson, so I just mixed the words up and came up with Grand Exon. And then 1918 is the year he was born. Yeah. So that's how the Grand Exon came about. And then that started the Black series. From there, we've done the Arctic Explorer, which is dedicated to John Ray, who was a Scottish explorer. Yep. And the Jarl's Northman, 1263, was named after the Battle of Largs between the Scots and the Vikings. Yep. That was just a wee nod to that. And that's how that came about. I just wanted to mention that because it happened in 2014. So, right.
A good year for some things, and a truly horrific year.
It was,
for other things.
It was a horrific year. Yeah, there's the thing, right? Okay, so I'm just looking at this list as I said. 2015, we went to Fort William Mountain Bike World Cup.
Was that the first time we went?
I think it was the first time.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, it probably was.
I think it was
before now, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, so 2015, we went up to Fort William World Cup with mountain biking. That was another trade show. We took the brand with us, the gazebo and stuff, and we'd been to the World Cup the year before, to watch.
Yeah.
And we were sponsoring Brook at this time, so we went up with the brand, and we got there. Did we get there on the Thursday? No, we got there on the Friday and set up on the Friday, or was it the Thursday?
No, we got there on the Thursday.
We got there on the Thursday, and we set up the gazebo. So this is the first time I bought the gazebo for this event.
Yeah.
Right. So bought the gazebo, got it all branded up, spent a fortune on it. We arrived on the Thursday afternoon. We set up. It was raining.
Mm-hmm.
We set it up. All the products inside, everything was pristine inside, but it was pissing the rain, and we went for a walk up the track to watch Brooke come down.
Yeah.
This was just practice. So on the way back, the organizer caught us and says, "Look, you need to take your gazebo down tonight because there's heavy winds coming, and that gazebo it's not high enough quality."
Yeah. Well, to be fair, they were saying that to most people.
Oh, they were. It was
Like,
heavy winds that were coming.
Yeah, I mean, even if you had the top-notch gazebo, you're better to take it down.
Aye.
'Cause
And
it was gale force. It was brutal.
It was gale force winds, and it's up in the mountains. And they were like, "Shit, man, we spent hours putting this up." And
Soul destroying.
it was, so we had to like de-rig everything, chuck it in the back of the van, and away. And but we came back on Friday morning once the winds had died down.
Yeah.
And there was a few twisted gazebos.
Yeah,
What
I
was it?
remember one of the race teams, like
Aye.
not one of the big teams, but one of the smaller teams.
Yeah.
They did not have a marquee. It
was
just looked like
destroyed.
someone picked it up and twisted it.
I was like the Hulk got a hold of it and just went
Yeah,
because there was bits sticking up everywhere. It was torn.
yeah,
It was,
and there was loads of things like that, and it did make me feel a little bit better about having to
Aye,
take it down.
after seeing that, it was like, right,
Yeah.
cool. I'm glad we took it down
Yeah.
because we spent a fortune getting it. And
Yeah, because if that had been destroyed, that would have been our whole weekend wasted. We wouldn't have had anywhere to trade from.
well, that's it. And the products probably would have been destroyed as well.
Yeah, because it's not like even on the Friday and Saturday it got better. Because even the Saturday,
Well, I remember
brutal.
standing holding. You were standing talking to customers holding the gazebo.
yeah, big
You-
gusty wind would come. You're like, oh, I'll just hang out because you needed to brace it down.
Even it was pegged in the corners, and it was the guy ropes on it and stuff. It
Yeah.
was ratchet strapped to the ground, but the whole frame was flexing, and it was, oh man, I thought it was going to take off.
Yeah, like Tony just like cutting hair, and we're just holding this marquee in place.
That's right, because we had Tony from Mohair Barbers in Glasgow. They came up. They do every year. Tony comes up and cuts hair and beards on the stand.
Yep.
And it's awesome. The riders expect us now. So some of the riders and some of the teams, they come over and
Yeah.
get
Even-
their haircuts.
Even some of the punters.
Oh, of course.
They just full on expect us
They expect us there,
to
right?
be there to give them a nice cut and freshen up.
Aye, totally, yeah. That's what they look forward to. And then they head up the hill and watch the racing. So, yeah, it was just another one of the shows that we've done. And then 2015 as well, that's when we kind of held our first party,
Yeah.
the first Braw party. And that was in the Broutique in Edinburgh. So we had this, we kind of rented out the shop and hired out, you're rubbing against the mic.
Oh, sorry.
So we got the shop, used to the shop, and we had a party in there. Got loads of beer in,
Yep.
and just had a party. So it was just like friends and family and people
Yeah.
associated with the brand. But at this point, we were sponsoring Kyle Flemington, who
Mhm.
was an ice hockey player, Edinburgh Capitals
Yeah.
ice hockey player. We were sponsoring him, and we had a taxi wrapped and branded for Braw.
Yeah. That looked cool.
It did. It looked
looked
very
awesome.
cool. So yeah, this taxi was driving about Edinburgh with Braw beard on the side of it, and it was fully wrapped. It was cool.
Yeah.
And so we had organised. Everybody was kind of at the party. Kyle was playing. I think they were playing the Cardiff Devils that night,
Right.
and they beat them. Because I remember Kyle coming in all excited. But we had organised for the taxi to go and pick him up from the rink.
Yeah.
That picked him and Kalina up,
Yeah.
his wife.
Who needs a limo when you've got a wrapped
I
taxi?
know, a Braw taxi. It's like, how cool is that? But getting picked up for the rink and dropped him off at the party.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
That looked cool.
It did. And then that kind of started the Braw party thing, the annual party thing, which we'll touch on now, but we'll get to later, was our party became the Braw Beard and Moustache Championships.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, loosely turning into it through a very windy road.
It was a very windy, like everything in this story, it's a windy road. But yeah, so that was the first Braw party, and then it became the Beard Moustache Championships. But yeah, we done. Oh, in this time, we're kind of skipping through the timeline here, but because we could tell you everything in depth, but this would be a super long podcast.
4 hours long, you'd be bored.
Exactly. So we're just kind of skipping on things. So yeah, there was that event, the first Braw party, and then we done more events. We done tattoo shows. We done tattoo freeze in Telford. We done
Tattoo Jam in Doncaster.
Tattoo Jam, that was the one. Tattoo Jam in Doncaster. We've done that a few years. And these were just kind of get the brand out there, eh?
Yeah.
Get the brand in people's faces, and it worked. It worked. We've kind of cut back on shows a bit now, but we're still doing some. But we're doing our favourite ones, really.
Yeah. Well, I think as well, like now we do have a little bit more time because you're obviously full time now, which we'll get back to, but it means that it's actually quite nice to kind of have our weekends back.
Well, that's
to a certain degree as well.
I know. Well, in this whole time, up until 2018, or start of 2018, I was still working my full-time job and running Braw on the side. Not a lot of people know that.
No.
They just assume I was just doing Braw.
Yeah.
And I was working crazy stupid hours.
Yeah, that was tough going. Then I was coming around to help as well.
Oh, totally. You were helping make products and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we'll come back to it, but whoever thinks setting up your own business and growing it is going to be fun, they're probably lying to you.
Yeah.
And then if they make it sound fun, they're probably looking at it through rose-tinted glasses, which I think we do sometimes, and then we remember. Oh,
you remember the hard work. It's still hard work. You know, it's still. I don't think it'll get any easier. I don't know. It's the first few years were brutal.
Yeah,
it was hard work, but then you're committed. It's kind of got the end goal in sight, and you just keep ploughing on, eh? And it's working. It's working. So yeah,
back to the timeline.
Back to the timeline, right? So 2016, we picked up more Braw athletes. We picked up Robert Whiteford, who was the first Scotsman to fight in the UFC.
That was cool.
That was very cool, eh? We went along to watch that at the Hydro in Glasgow.
Such a good atmosphere.
That atmosphere was bouncing when Rab walked out to the Flower of Scotland.
Oh, it was deafening.
It was insane. And he won that fight.
Yeah.
First round knockout, I think it was it? Second round?
I honestly can't remember. I just remember the noise.
Yeah.
No matter what he did, just the noise.
It was awesome. He was an exciting fighter to watch as well. We picked up Lee Johnston and Jamie Coward. We picked up Lee Johnston first. I was a fan of Lee's. In fact, he was the first Braw athlete to get Braw on TV.
He was?
He was wearing the pink...
For the Ulster?
Ulster Grand Prix, yeah. He was wearing the pink bobble hat when BBC interviewed him at the Ulster Grand Prix, which was cool.
Lee.
I know. So, and then Jamie got it on TV as well. Later on. It was on ITV, I think.
I think so, yeah.
But yes, Braw's been on TV a few times since, eh?
It doesn't get any less exciting when you see that as well. Like,
no.
Every time it happens, you're still like pausing, like taking a picture.
I got it, I know. It's so cool.
It's exciting.
Exactly.
I think that something that you drew up on a notepad is now on like international TV.
I know, it's pretty cool, eh? And then we picked up the King Lot as well. The King Lot are a Scottish rock band who are awesome.
They are.
Really good bunch of guys, but they're really good music as well. It's rock music, and it's, I'm not going to say easy listening, but it's
feel good.
That's it. Feel good rock music.
Yeah, and that's not to say it's it's poppy or anything. It's definitely rock music, but you just feel, I don't know what I'm trying to get to, but it's not depressing or anything. You just feel sort of enlivened a little bit from listening to it. So positive. Positive.
It's Braw. There you go. It's Braw.
It's Braw, aye.
The Jason's a good singer.
They are.
Chris is a good drummer. And Jay's a good guitarist.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
Yeah.
More good guys.
More good guys. And then they got Braw on TV as well. They were on Live at 5 STV, and Chris, the drummer, he was wearing the Braw hat on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go.
We actually still have that on our
Do we?
Skybox, still recorded.
Do we?
Yeah, if you scroll down to it, you can still, it's still like halfway through. It's also like literally just where they came on.
I'll need to watch that again. So that was 2016. At the end of 2016, or near the end of 2016, in October, the British Beard and Moustache Championships took place. They were in Liverpool, and Braw Beard became a main sponsor for the British Beard and Moustache Championships. So the Liver Beards who put the event on,
more great guys,
they got in touch saying, look, we're doing this event, do you want to sponsor it? So we said, yep, definitely, 100%, going to be a main sponsor, and that happened. And so we went down for that. I can't remember what day it was on. It was a one-day event, wasn't it? Yeah, one-day event. And you ended up judging, didn't you?
Yeah, I got asked to judge, and I had no idea how to judge beards, like, through proper criteria.
Yeah.
I was up on stage at the judges' table. I was absolutely bricking it, actually.
Yeah,
there was no need to be. It was they take it seriously, but it was a good laugh.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a lot of fun, actually. Yeah. It was cool to be asked, too.
Oh, definitely, I know. And we had the stand there as well.
Yeah.
So, got quite a few customers there.
And we had our, what's the game?
Shit, what is it called?
Cornhole.
Yeah, cornhole. When we got married, we got a cornhole table. It's not table, what is it? Cornhole board.
Yeah, let's go for that.
Cornhole board made. So we took it down to the Beard and Moustache Championships. It went down a storm.
Yeah, we just had it at the side of our stand and just let people play. And I think if they got the 3 bags in, they were getting
It was a free lanyard or something.
Yeah, I think it was one of the Brawtherhood
wristbands.
Yeah. And I remember Damo trying so hard to do it, and I think I ended up having to give him a band out of pity. I still don't think he managed like that whole day.
You're going to have to try again, Damo.
He honestly keeps casting up to me as well. Yeah, just how rubbish he was at it.
Shit.
Sorry, Damo.
That was a good event. And the thing with that as well, right? So we done the British Beard and Moustache Championships. That's getting back to the Braw party. Mm. So in this whole timeline, while this was going on, the Brawtherhood that was started in 2013, they were making noise saying, we want a party.
Yeah.
We want a Braw party for us. We want to do something, even if it's just like get together and sort of compare each other's beards for a laugh and win stupid prizes. We want to do that kind of thing. So I was getting these messages quite often. So I was like, right, we need to do a Braw party, but we're not going to have it in a shop because that was too small. That was just family and friends. And we had grown a fair bit from then. So, like, let's do our own version of the Beard and Moustache Championships. We'll do a brand one, the Braw Beard and Moustache Championships. And at that point, it hadn't happened in Scotland.
No.
I think there was word of other ones, but they just never materialised.
Yeah.
We were the first ones to put one on in Scotland. So we did. In 2017 in February, we put on the first Braw Beard and Moustache Championships. And it's sold out, eh?
Yeah.
It's sold out before the event. And the Liver Beards, they got involved.
Yeah.
They supplied people just to help out.
Yeah,
they supplied the judges.
Yeah, like they came up from Liverpool to Glasgow to help us put it on as well. Like, they were stuffing the goodie bags and everything.
It's such good guys.
Yeah. And they were quite instrumental as well in actually convincing us to hold a competition and not just
rather than just a party.
Yeah.
They gave us advice on how to run the championship or run the competition properly. And Drew, the president, is a great guy and offered us so much advice.
Yeah.
And got involved hands on. He is the head judge of the Braw Beard and Moustache Championships. I have nothing to do with the judging because I don't want to come across as biased or anything like that. So
we keep our fingers firmly out of that pie.
Yeah, totally. So we organise it. It's our brand that's on the line. And we just had the third one in February there. Mm-hmm. It's sold out for the third time. And that
Use your big boy words.
No. It attracts international competitors as well. We've had competitors from Austria, Germany, Netherlands, Iceland, America.
States.
Yeah. I think, we've had Oregon, North Carolina.
Yep.
I think that's it.
I think so, yeah.
I think that's it.
Things, especially for the first one, we had guys coming over from Germany and Austria. Now, we'd never held the event before. It's not like they could
gauge it off anything.
Yeah, gauge it to know it was going to be decent. These guys just go to these events and trusted that ours would be good. So no matter where people came from, they were expecting a good night, and we had to make it happen.
Yeah, we did. I know. And
I was bricking it.
me too. I was so nervous. Like,
do you know what? I even remember going into Mohair.
More
good guys and girls. Beforehand, so you could get a tidy up.
Yeah.
And Tony, who owns and runs Mohair, was still there before he came up to the party. And I remember him, like, we walked in, probably white as sheets as well. And he was just like, right, guys, this is it. This is the day. And I still remember that being like, oh, Tony, we're so nervous. He's like, no, it's going to be great.
I know.
But I still remember just how nervous we were.
I know, totally, because as you say, like, you've got kind of events background.
Yeah, I was still terrified.
I know, but I was relying on you and you were relying on me. And we were just kind of, again, making it up as we go along. So, yeah, that's what we done the first time. It went really well,
Yeah.
And sold out. 2018 sold out.
Yep.
2019 sold out as well.
We literally organised piss up in a brewery.
Yeah, it's in Drygate Brewery in Glasgow, and it's a piss up in a brewery.
Mm-hmm.
We get a beer made as well. We do a collaboration beer with Drygate. They make a custom beer for us as well. It's not like it's just a rebranded one. It is a custom beer. So yeah, this year it was a Heather beer. We made it with Heather, so it's cool.
That was awesome.
It was real nice. There's one bottle left. It's on
Is that one that's back there?
Yeah. Before this goes live, I'm going to take it home.
Yeah.
And drink it.
Because it's a good night. People take it seriously, but it's still a fun competition. If you've not been there, it's all very inclusive as well.
Yeah.
Like, people are just there to make friends, take part. If anyone's nervous, we try to make them feel as good as possible, like make new friends. You get entertained from the King Lot. They put on like a 45 minute
they play a set. Yeah.
And that's as part of it as
that's
the competition.
That's the thing. Like, you're saying, it's inclusive in that it is. Like, we have categories for everyone. It's over 18s obviously, but we have categories for everyone. There's a fake beard category. If you don't have a beard, enter the fake beard category. Yeah, or just come and spectate. And as I say at the start, every event that we've done, I guarantee you'll walk away with a new friend.
Yeah,
and that's true. I've not met one person yet that's walked away without a new friend.
Yeah,
and we get that feedback after the event. Say, look, again, a great event. I've met up with the guys for whatever beard club, and they keep in touch, and that's what happens. And then some people, like the international guys, they don't see their new friends until the next event. Yeah, which is amazing. It's like Christian, the guy, the freestyle winner. Yeah, every time I see him, he just got a conversation. It's amazing because that's the only time we see each other. It's great. So yeah, check out the Braw Beard and Moustache Championships. It's thebrawbmc.com, and the next one is the 22nd of February 2020. And I think quite a few of the tickets have sold already. Yeah, it always sells out before the event as well. So
yeah, pretty much as soon as we launch it, you've got folk booking in for their category or the category that they're aiming to get their beards to.
That's right.
In a year's time.
Yeah, setting our goals.
That's the thing as well. Like, when folk, James and Lorraine came over from Portland, like the west coast of the States. Yeah. And you think, we're just from a couple of wee villages in East Lothian, and we just set up, well, mainly you, but we put together this business, and then some there's people flying thousands of miles to attend something that we put, a party that we put on.
I know, it's mad, eh?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like,
we're honoured, honestly.
I know, it is amazing. The support that we get for just this small brand is amazing. It's insane. And
I don't want that to sound egotistical. No. Look at what we've done, or I'm not even saying they're there for us. I'm not trying to say that at all. But it's just the fact that they've obviously just trusted that they're going to have fun and make friends or meet people that they've maybe spoken to online through all the beard communities that there are around the world. Yeah. And they're pretty much putting their trust in us that we're going to put on a good party for them.
Definitely. It's a lot of money to travel from the States to
here.
It is. So yeah, thank you for your
trust.
Yeah, thanks for your trust and your support. It's amazing.
Yeah, no matter where you travel from, actually. I appreciate it.
And so yeah, that's the Braw Beard and Moustache Championships. But the first one, it was mad because there was a lot of media attention off the back of it. Because it was the first time it happened in Scotland, we got a lot of newspaper interviews. I got a phone call from STV, They were saying, look, we want you to be on live TV tomorrow, and we want the winners to come on. And I don't think they quite realised there was like at that time I think there was 10 different categories.
Yeah.
So it's 10 different winners.
From all over the place as well.
Yeah, the photo they seen was Christian with the big twisted beard, freestyle beard. They wanted him on, but not realising I'd just flown back to Germany.
Yeah.
So I organised it with him and I said I can get Ian Walker, who won the, is it under 4 inches styled?
I think
category,
so.
I think he was in.
Yeah. Owner of Primal Roast Cafe in Glasgow. Awesome food, awesome people.
Yeah. So I managed to get Tony from Mohair.
Yep.
He was one of the judges. So there was myself, Tony, and Ian ended up on live TV, on STV, talking about the Beard and Moustache Championships, which was nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Totally nerve-wracking because it was live. And then, naturally, you're going to be on live TV, so you tell all your friends and family, watch TV at this time. It was 5 o'clock, obviously, live at 5. And we'll be on it. And man, I don't know, I think I said awesome like 3 times in 4 seconds. I was just so nervous. But
the thing that I remember from that as well, because I was sort of backstage in the the green room-ish, and it was obviously on camera, so you guys wouldn't have heard it. I don't know if you're being prepped, I don't know if you'd sat down or how it was working. But they introduced you as hirsute hipsters.
Oh,
and I was,
hell.
and it made me recoil, but also at the same time, like, oh my God, I just pictured Tony like flipping the coffee table and like, we're not hipsters.
Oh no.
But you guys didn't hear it, which is probably a good thing actually. Is it Michelle McManus? Is that who it was?
I can't remember.
I've no idea.
Remember.
But yeah, probably wouldn't have gone too well if you were seen to be putting like 2 national treasure TV presenters in their place straight off the bat.
Tony did kind of put the guy in his place. I remember that because what happened? He said something to Tony about his beard, saying it's not great or something. He went down the line and says, to me, he says, I like your beard, and Ian, I like your beard. Tony,
yeah, I remember that.
I'm not a fan, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's something like that, something negative. And he says, have any of you guys got some advice for me? And Tony just looked him dead in the eye and says, you must try harder. It's like, nice one, Tony.
Yeah, he does not hold back.
Nah. So that kind of, put the boy in his place, which is good. So yeah, that was kind of the Braw Beard and Moustache Championships, and then the media attention off the back of that. So again, that elevated the brand.
Yeah.
Then the Edinburgh Beard and Moustache Club guys, they got in touch and wanted to do a beard oil, like what we do for the Glasgow guys. The Edinburgh Beard and Moustache Club, they wanted one for their club, and £2 from that goes to Cash for Kids, the charity. So that's what we do with those guys. And so yeah, if you want to support the charity and support the clubs, there's the Glasgow Beard and Moustache Club oil, which goes to the Kahona, Scotland. That's available on the website. The Edinburgh Beard and Moustache Club oil that goes to Cash for Kids at brawbeard.com.
Yeah. It's also worth like touching on the point that, again, if nobody really knows, or if there's anybody that doesn't know too much about sort of beard and moustache clubs, I think it must have been the last episode or the last podcast, we'd said that, it really is just an excuse for everyone to meet up.
Yeah.
But one of like the key pillars of being a beard and moustache club is doing good. So whether they're putting an event on or getting a beard oil or doing something in some way to raise money for local charities. Like, so all these beard clubs are doing really, really great things for their local communities in any big or small way that they can.
Yeah.
So if you've checked to see if you've got one like near where you're based, or if you don't, any of them would be happy to have you as a distance member, I'm sure.
Well, that's it. A lot of the main cities now in the UK have their own beard and moustache clubs. So it's a great social aspect as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that go, or guys and girls that go along, and just to make friends, interact, and they're great. It's just social.
Yeah.
It's a social thing, eh? And it's just beards that are pulling everybody together, really, which is very cool.
And then talking about anything but them.
Yeah. And then, so that was the end of 2017, right? The first Beard and Moustache Championship, getting involved with Edinburgh Beard and Moustache Club guys. And then 2018, the start of 2018 is when I finally left my job, my full-time employment, to do Braw full-time.
Do you want to talk about Stone Sour first?
Where was Stone Sour?
Stone Sour was December 2017.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I'm skipping here.
An awesome gig.
Well,
and first kind of unofficial Braw meetup in a way.
That's right. Yeah. So that is the day I started the daily vlog as well.
Was it?
Yeah, I remember that because I decided I was going to do a daily vlog because people kept asking me what my day-to-day life was like. I think they thought I was sitting on the beach drinking martinis or something.
Oh, that'd be good.
No, it was just...
Pinky out.
Yeah, totally, yeah. So now people were asking, like, how's my day-to-day life? What did I do? What did I get up to? Because... so I thought I'll do a daily vlog and I'll show people. So that's what I started doing. So it was the morning in Stone Sour and I thought that's a good time to do it because we're going to a gig tonight and that's something to build up to.
Yeah.
So that's what we've done. And the vlog is still on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah.
But
in the depth.
Yeah. And so in the Brawtherhood Facebook group, somebody had put up who's going to the Stone Sour gig tonight. And also we said, yeah, we're going. And then it just came up, me. And it was like, I think in the end there was like 15, 16 people for the Brawtherhood were there. So we decided, right, we'll meet up outside at whatever time, I can't remember the time, and we'll get a group photo and we'll just meet each other because we'd been talking online, but never actually spoke face to face. So that was like the first unofficial Brawtherhood meetup.
Yeah, because we had to do it outside after the gig because we realised we'd have no chance of trying to find people inside wearing our branding when everyone else is wearing black anyway.
That's right, yeah.
So we had to meet up. So it was good to meet everyone. Some people we'd seen from doing like some of the smaller events through in Glasgow.
Yeah.
So we did know a fair few people anyway, some people from the clubs. And it was just nice to put faces to the names and actually even just chat about the gig.
Aye, definitely.
It was great.
Yeah. And that was it, just meeting people for the first time, or some people for the first time. It was good. And got a group photo.
Yep.
Cementing that into the Braw history.
Yep.
Yeah.
The first one.
I know, it's so cool. And then, right, so just following the timeline here. So I skipped that one. I fucked up.
I'm here to keep them right. It's pretty much my only job here.
So yeah, start 2018, that's when I left my full-time job and took Braw on full-time. And that was scary. That was really scary because I was relying on Braw to pay the bills. And well, that's the thing, right? So December was real busy for Christmas. So I was judging January on December.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, shit, I've made a mistake here. And looking back on it, I look back at the charts from previous January, it was the same. It was a quiet-ish month. And then it just got busier and busier and busier after that because I had more time to dedicate to the brand.
Well, that's the thing. I'd been, it was scary, but I think I'd mentioned to you a few times that, if you did make that step and actually put more time into developing it, because you'd have that more time, it would grow, and it
that's what
obviously has.
Yeah.
I think just that because you did it at the start of the year, I think you did put a lot of pressure on yourself to try and match pre-Christmas December December sales.
Yeah, it was a mistake to think that, but
rather than actually taking a step back and thinking, right, it's okay, it's fine.
I know.
Peaks and troughs.
Yeah. But yeah, made it work, and that was the best year to that point. That was the best year we'd ever had, so it was worth making the jump, but scary.
Yeah, well, it's because you weren't doing a 9 to 5 anymore, and then coming here to try and get everything done.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, that was the big step, and it worked. It paid off, and ball's now rolling.
Yeah, definitely.
Got to try and be professional now.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah. And then February we had the second Braw Beard Moustache Championships, which we spoke about. And then on the 6th of March, I better get this right because it was the release date. The 6th of March was the release of a PlayStation and Xbox game called TT Ride on the Edge, which is a TT game, the Isle of Man TT races that we spoke about earlier. PlayStation and Xbox game. And one of the playable characters is Braw athlete Jamie Coward.
Yeah.
So some of you guys watching this will know who Jamie Coward is. He's got a black RI racing helmet, but on the side is a Braw Beard skull, the Braw Beard logo. And so that's in the game.
Yeah.
He's a playable...
Forever immortalised.
In fact, that helmet there, you can probably just see it. he's wearing that in the game. So yeah, the Braw Beard logo is in a PlayStation game, which is insane.
Yes.
So it's just mad. It's just mad where the brand has ended up.
Yeah.
Like, as you say, I just drew it on a bit of paper in the living room, and it's just kind of, well, it's just rolling and just, it's mad.
We've still got that somewhere.
Yeah.
Like your very, very first, it's on tracing paper, I think.
Yeah.
Your very, very first sketch out of it.
Aye.
It's still
That's the thing.
there.
It's on tracing paper because that's the only paper I had in the house. It was A4. Remember, like, I don't know why I had it.
Yeah.
I have no idea why I had it. But I had this pad, the tracing paper.
Yeah.
And I remember just sitting doodling because I used to like drawing when I was younger. And I've absolutely no idea why I had that. But anyway, I was just sitting doodling, drawing, and then eventually it started to take shape. And then once I had the basic, I took it into Illustrator.
Yeah.
And made it vector.
Yeah.
And that's how it came about. And it's not changed since.
No.
It's mad.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty much it. It's also just a lot more, well, it's just better than it was. Wasn't the tracing paper.
Ah, totally, yeah. It was a bit rough in the tracing paper. But aye, that's just, it's like, these are just kind of key things we've been hitting on that's happened on the way.
Yeah.
Again,
I think the TT thing is so cool for us because A, we like motorbike racing, but for you especially, like, you'd been going to the TT since like you were a bump.
I know.
Like your mum and dad had been going there for decades. You grew up with that. That was part of your culture, your psyche. That was just an annual event for you.
Yeah.
So for you to actually be like sort of in the mix with the riders and then having something that you created that's part of this worldwide event, because obviously thousands of people flock to that wee island to watch it and then play the game.
Well, that's it. It's mad, as you say. Like, I think I've been at the TT more times than I've not.
Yeah.
As Elaine said, I was there as a bump in my mum's belly. And then that was our annual holidays, was to the Isle of Man to watch the TT races.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's mad to now be involved with the game and sponsor two of the riders, Lee and Jamie, end up on the grid. That's just mad. And that's the weird thing as well, right? So I met Keith Flint at the TT.
Yeah.
Met him. I met him at, we were, I can't remember who we were, the Ramsey sprint or something. And Keith walked past. I was like, so I ran over and introduced myself and said, look, I sponsor Lee. And Keith knew Lee, or they knew each other through the racing. So made the connection that way. And then we chatted for a bit, and that was that. And then later that year, I was down at Donington for the British Superbikes, and I was walking through the pits with my dad. And Keith's like, all right, John. I was like, fuck off, man.
You must have had a bit of a semi at that point, man, surely.
Like, Keith Flint recognised me. He's like, how fucking cool is that?
That is awesome.
I know. So it just shows you the connections like you make through, that was through racing, through Lee Johnston, just because we had a mutual contact. Yeah. So, yeah, just that kind of thing. Meeting these guys, met Carol Cox on the grid there at the TT, and it's mad. But the thing I really like about that is that's kind of where my mum would have wanted to be. Yeah. She would have wanted to experience that on the grid and that. Yeah. So it's cool being able to do that with my dad. Yeah. And just, she would like to see that, I would think.
That's the thing. And that's the thing, while it was tough going to the Limp Bizkit gig, like the day after her funeral, it was brutal. I mean, that drive through to Glasgow was horrific. Yeah. Like, can you imagine, what your mum would have said if you'd said, we're feeling a bit rubbish, we're not going to go. Yeah. She'd be like, get through there.
I know. Well, music was her thing. Music and bikes was her thing, So.
Yeah. Like, she wouldn't have missed it.
Nah, she would not.
She would have expected us to miss it either.
Exactly. So, yeah. It's, that's it. It's just kind of, I guess, doing it in her name sort of thing.
Yeah. Oh, she'd have been so jealous.
I know.
As well. Like, you being on the grid.
On the grid, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just amazing where the brand gets you. But
my mum's going now.
But that's the thing, like, just as I say, we're kind of touching on the highlights and some lowlights and stuff. But there's been so much happened in between. There's been loads of interviews. We've made daft videos, video adverts that are on the YouTube channel. We just finished making one last week, which should be out soon.
That'll be cool. Can't wait to see that one.
Yeah, it's going to be good. What else? Collaborations. We've done a collaboration with Ford Vans.
Yeah.
The beer with Drygate Brewery.
Boss Beard Champs.
The Boss Beard Moustache Championships, the Liver Beards version. That's cool. Get down to that.
Yeah, I've been down to that a couple of times. Like, that's just a riot.
It is awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, that's just them.
Always look forward to that one.
I know. I'm pretty confident actually they just drew the El Presidente.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident he just makes up on the spot. But again, those guys do really, really good things for their local charities. Was it the Pajama Party and Alderhay Children's Hospital
That's
as well?
right, yeah.
Like, they're just, as I said, they're a good bunch of guys. It's a great event. And we went down with Jax and Davy Easton the last couple of times as well. So we get a good road trip out of it as well.
Yeah.
Good people.
Yeah. So
Good people, good times.
that's it. It's just, we just kind of wanted to, with this, we just kind of wanted to show the brand a bit, introduce you to a bit more of the brand, the people behind the brand, and tell some stories along the way.
Yep.
And the whole thing is, we want to get across we're kind of real people building the real community.
Yeah.
Within the Braw Beard community. And it's built with, well, we would say, great products and passion.
Yeah.
Passion for the bearded community, passion for the lifestyle that we kind of lead.
Yeah.
So that's kind of it. The plan going forward is to get the athletes on, interview the athletes, the ambassadors as well, just people who are involved with the brand, and introduce them to you on a more personal level. Because I've done a couple of interviews on the blog and stuff like that and social media, but it's hard to get across their personality.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the plan going forward. Obviously, you'll be making an appearance now and again.
Will I? Am I allowed back?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, you've heard it, folks.
Yeah. So that's the thing. There's so much happened. We could only touch on some of it. So
Yeah.
and I know that people prefer looking at your face than my face, so they'll expect you back.
That's a fair point, actually.
Yeah. It's a good thing
very
with this.
fair point.
I can hide behind this a wee bit, but
I know.
my beard's hanging at the bottom.
I know, I was saying earlier, actually, when we were sound checking, you could almost be, if anyone remembers Home Improvements, remember, what was his face? Tim Allen.
Yeah.
But they had the neighbour, Wilson,
That's
and
right.
all you ever saw was like the eyes and the nose and the forehead popping up over the fence.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I feel like, actually.
I know.
You just hide behind it. But yeah. It'll be cool as well because, through, the business and just sort of potting about the events that we like to go to, we always meet cool people. So it's not even necessarily just going to be like the athletes and ambassadors. If we meet cool people that have got good stories or doing good things, then as we say, we just like to shoot the shit. So
Yep. So that's
get them on.
That's it. That's what the podcast is going to be. Just good people catching up,
Yeah,
shooting the shit.
shooting the shit. You like that phrase now,
I
don't
do,
you?
man. I'm taking that.
You hated it to begin with.
I know. So yeah, that's kind of the podcast. We're going to wrap this one up. That's episode 2 of the Braw Cast.
Cool.
Done. Thanks for hanging out with me as always.
Quite all right.
Hanging out and putting your face on camera and speaking at the microphone.
Yeah, it often feels like I'm in a bit of a sort of community carer position.
I know, looking after me.
Yeah, but I think I kind of take it on my shoulders.
Yeah, it's all good. Cool. So thanks for watching. Really
Thank you.
appreciate your support, and we shall see you on the next one. Thank you.
Speak to you soon.
See ya.
Bye.